So this is like a little preamble that's not going to happen in future videos like this. And the preamble is I get burned out very quickly. And so I don't want to make things anymore. I get very excited about something. I get this really brand new fresh idea and I put a lot of effort into making it. And then I'll bust out one new video and it'll be really good, right? And then I try to put all that energy, the same amount of energy and effort into the next video, and I'll get halfway through working on it and then just give up and just not care and just be super tired and burned out. And that happened with the Warcraft 3 video. Well, it happened, I started making the ODST video, and then I got burned out, and then I was like, well, I love Warcraft 3 more than I love ODST, so why don't I just start working on that? And that kind of got me a little bit excited, and then we hit a bunch of snags on the development of the Warcraft lore video that just killed all momentum. And so I'm making these small videos, hopefully once a week, once every 2 weeks or something, to just talk about the games I'm playing. And, if anybody ends up watching this, you can tell me what you've been playing, or your opinions about my opinions, or your opinions about the stuff that I'm experiencing. Because the thing I care most about is not the likes, and not really the views. The views do mean something to me, however sad that is, but I think it's being pretty honest that I get happier the more views I see. But it's the comments, it's talking to people that really gets me. If I just have 6 people watch my video and talk to me about my video and be like, oh, I always liked this character, or I thought that was really interesting the way you did this, or hey, this is my thoughts on this thing. I always get a lot more interested in talking to people on the internet than I do about just seeing a thumbs up sign go up. Though I do appreciate likes and subscribers, but I'd much rather talk in comment sections. And this isn't just on this video, this is all my videos, that I'm much more interested in hearing other people's opinions about games than I am about silent numbers going up silently. I guess that's the smarter way to put it. So this video, now that preamble is over, is just this past week, what have I been doing? What have I been playing? What's been up? So I'm going to talk about some of the new games, or games that I'm interested in, that I'm looking forward to. And the Mario Maker 2 game Direct, that's it. That's what it's called. The Nintendo Direct for Mario Maker 2 happened this week. And I guess the consensus that I have for it is it looks really cool, it looks really fun. I enjoyed Mario Maker for the Wii U, but I don't think I got $60 worth out of Mario Maker for the Wii U, because I enjoyed making a couple levels. I enjoyed practicing and then inevitably making 1 or 2 really good levels. But the actual playing of other people's stages and levels and stuff, I don't care about. I don't really enjoy 2D Mario, so I'm basically buying a level maker, and I don't know how motivated I am to go through that again and learn about how to make 2D levels, because you are in the end very limited in the scope and design of the levels that you're making, because they have to be 2D and they have to be Mario. So hopefully I'm proven wrong. Maybe I am, I don't know, but that was something I'm not very excited about. But what I am excited about is actually the streamers getting to play it, because they're adding all these new features, endless mode and co-op or multiplayer, I guess, and that stuff looks really fun. It looks like the stream value for people like Grand Pooh Bear, I Ate Your Pie, and Used Pizza is going to go up really high. They're really fun streamers already, but they're going to be a lot more fun when they're dicking around with their friends and they're doing crazy challenges and they're doing super intense levels, and maybe we're going to get a GDQ race, maybe not at SGDQ, maybe it's going to be at AGDQ this winter, and that looks really cool. That has me really excited. The streams that I normally watch are probably going to become even more enjoyable. There's going to be a larger fun factor in with this new set of content that they are very excited about, and they've been really good at Mario Maker. and 2D Mario games, and now they're going to be really good, assumedly, at Mario Maker 2. The next thing that that came out that I'm kind of interested in, but not exactly, because it's a little expensive, is the Plague Tale. What is this? Bible Goes West? Whatever. We'll edit that out. Probably won't. Alright, a Plague Tale Innocence. That looks pretty interesting. It's $45 on Steam, so I'm probably not getting it anytime soon, but that looks like a really interesting narrative-focused game that really drew my, or caught my attention. I haven't heard anything about it up until this week, and it looks interesting. You know, I like narrative stories. I like the medieval setting a lot, and it has me interested. Not so much the stealth gameplay, but it's really the narrative that has me interested in it. It doesn't have any like real combat, if I understood this correctly. That there's a little bit of combat, but not a lot. It's not like an action-focused game, and not really like a stealth-focused game. It's like a puzzle-solving, sneak-by-enemy sort of thing, like more Abe's Odyssey than Dishonored. But it looks interesting, and I might get it in the future, but I don't see myself picking it up anytime soon. There's also a game called, what is it called? It is called Blood Fresh Supply, and this is like a sprite-based first-person shooter. It's only $10, so that's much more up my alley, and it looks really cool. It's like in the vein of Doom or Old Duke Nukem and like Wolfenstein and stuff like that, and it looks really fun. I'm not in the mood to play a first-person shooter right now, but if I was, I would have picked this game up and I would be playing that, because it looks like a lot of fun. It looks really interesting, and a lot of people seem to be having a good time with it. So for me, that would be like a game that I would play if I got in the mood to play a first-person shooter. And a game I'm actually really excited for, and I might not be excited for it when it comes out, because it comes out in like late July, is Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. I had a lot of fun playing Ultimate Alliance with like my friends way back in the day, I guess 10 years ago now or something. And that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed those games, and I'm kind of in the mood to play like a beat 'em up, and more particularly in the mood to play as some Marvel characters. You know, we got Far From Home coming out, and Endgame was just released, and it's kind of one of those things that, you know, the last superhero game we got that was good was Spider-Man PS4, right? But if you want to play, you're like, oh, I'm in the mood to play a video game as Iron Man or Captain America. What's the last Iron Man video game that came out, right? It's Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. So it definitely fits this sort of itch that I have, as I want to play video games as superheroes. You know, I want to, you know, have that sort of in this sort of fiction, and we don't have a lot of superhero games at the moment that aren't Spider-Man related. And I love Spider-Man PS4, and I also love the Spider-Man game that's the 4 Spider-Men. That one's really fun too. I forgot the name of it, but like this seems sort of interesting, and I always liked the gauntlet style combat, and it seems fun. The graphics look good, and hopefully it maintains its graphical quality than what I've been seeing in like test demos and stuff like that. I don't want it to like turn up on my Switch and then it just becomes like garbage. Hearthstone just released a single player content for this expansion. You are raiding Dalaran, and it's very much like dungeon runs. So the idea behind it is you make your own deck. It's a deck builder that also has interesting sort of mechanics that they put into. And I'm not going to delve too deeply into this, but just like, it's free. The first part of it is free. And if you're interested, you should probably check it out. But I would say I've been focusing a little bit more, because it just came out today, like an hour ago, while I'm recording this. But the meta right now for Hearthstone is very interesting because it's in like a very similar junk it's always been in. The meta for Hearthstone is always aggro deck, control deck, and then junk in between. So the flavor of this meta is turn 6. So if you're not dead by, you either are killed by Tempo Rogue on turn 6, or you kill Control Warrior on turn 6. If Tempo Rogue doesn't kill you on turn 6, you probably have enough mana and enough cards that you're able to do your big swing turn or whatever, and then take control and tempo of the board from Rogue. And you can beat Tempo Rogue. And if you don't really kill Control Warrior by turn 6, you're probably not going to be able to out-resource them or out-damage them, or do enough damage to break their armor, essentially. And so that's led to a lot of really unfun games. It's also led to some cool games, because I've been playing with Zoo, and so Archthief Rafam turns all my minions into legendaries. So I've been able to do really cool stuff. Like I Azalina to Warrior, and then I was able to do their endgame combo where I played the 8-mana 7/7, fill my deck with random cards, and then I sent it back into my hand, and then got to do some really fun things like that. But that's really few and far between. The junk in between Control Warrior and Tempo Rogue is where a lot of fun decks sort of exist. Like Mechathune Shaman, or Mech Paladin, Nomi Priest. They have some interesting decks, Khadgar Mage. They can do cool things. And playing with those decks is really fun, because nothing's really out of balance, nothing's really getting you. You know, you always feel like you have a chance. You don't see like your opponent's never at like 50 armor and 30 HP, and it's turn 9, and you're like, I can't fucking kill this guy, it doesn't matter. And it's not like you're dead on turn 6 when you fight Rogue, right? So to me, it's weird, because at lower ranks, it's definitely a lot of fun, because you can play whatever you want. But then kind of like trying to grind higher and higher, it's just like, you gotta pick which deck you're gonna lose to. You're gonna lose to Control Warrior, you're gonna lose to Tempo Rogue, and that's the deck you're gonna have to pick. And unfortunately, I've been like, oh, I'm gonna lose to Control Warrior, but I'm gonna beat Rogue, and then I do nothing but fight Warrior, like Warrior after Warrior after Warrior. Or switch to, I'm gonna beat Warrior, but I'm gonna lose to Rogue, and do nothing but fight Rogue over and over again for an hour or two. It's unfortunate. But I think that it's enough fun in the jank that's in between Control Warrior and Tempo Rogue. There's enough fun going on that it's definitely worth playing. I think the junk in between makes this a good like meta game, I guess, because you're always gonna have the aggro deck and the control deck, and neither of them are fun to play against. But the stuff in between has actually been a lot of fun lately, because there's a lot of random minions and a lot of random spells that have been making the games pretty memorable and a good time. And I guess apart from that, I know I said that I was going to do a Halo ODST video, and I stopped. And it's not because Mark Brown released his Halo ODST video, though that definitely did kill a lot of motivation for it. But it's, I might get back to it. I'm definitely going to be, that's the next Halo related video I ever release, but I'm just like not motivated to do it. I've got a bunch of other ideas that I kind of want to work on that aren't Halo ODST. I just don't know what to make that video. Like, I have all the footage recorded, I have a lot of extra research that I've never done before. I had that done. I had it all ready to go like 3 weeks after the Link to the Past video, but I just don't know how to put it all together. I don't know what type of video I want to make. I don't want to make a basic review of Halo ODST, because Halo ODST is a really fascinating direction that this stuff could have gone. But I don't know. I really don't know. An idea I've been toying around with is I actually, last night I bought Diablo, and I've been playing Diablo 1 for a couple hours last night and today. And I found it really interesting. I never played Diablo 1, how inspired and aggressively similar Torchlight 1 is to Diablo 1. And that might be really obvious to some people. I knew that Torchlight was inspired, but it got me thinking about the concept, like the discussion of, instead of having HD remakes or remasters of something, having spiritual successors. And I think that, like, the idea that Torchlight 1 doesn't replace Diablo 1, there's, like in the way that, like, some remasters replace older versions of the game, or HD remakes replace older versions of the game, you know. Diablo 1 is always going to be there, and Torchlight 1 is always going to be there. And it's very similar to something like System Shock 2 is always going to be there, and BioShock is always going to be there, even though BioShock is a spiritual successor to System Shock 2. But there's, like, differences, there's a lot of similarities, but also, like, a lot of differences. And I've been toying around with the concept to make sort of a video that opens up more of a discussion on that, because I know there's a lot of people who aren't happy about remakes and remasters, and there's some people that are happy about it. And I kind of want to pose the idea of spiritual successor, new IPs, new directions, not having to be like tied into expectations and stuff along those lines. But I don't have enough thought or research or anything put into it. But that was the idea for another video I had. And yeah, I'm gonna make another video like this in like a week or two, and probably gonna be a lot shorter. I don't need a preamble. I'm probably not gonna talk about video ideas. Maybe I will, I don't know. But yeah, hopefully you find this interesting. Or if not, at the very least, hopefully this keeps me motivated to keep working on like videos and not close off like my editing software for months on end again. On a side note, I can't remember. I've actually made this video like 4 times now, and I always go way too long. This is the shortest it's been. I've been streaming, and I kind of cut back a little bit on streaming to get the video out. I'm probably going to slow down, not do 8 hours a day anymore, maybe like 4 hours a day. But I'm a Twitch affiliate, so like I like immediately became one, which is pretty cool. Though I don't think my audiences cross over. I don't think my Twitch audience and my YouTube audience are the same. But if you're interested, I've been playing some Resident Evil games. Might be playing some other stuff soon. But I did like Resident Evil, Metroid, Kingdom Hearts, Dark Souls, Bloodborne, Sekiro, etc. And it's been a lot of fun. I've been having a good time. So feel free to come in and stop by. I'll leave a link in the description below. That and everything else I talked about. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Take it easy.